Good morning. Good morning, guys. What's going on? You talk so much in one day that it's hard to keep your voice. So you drink coffee. No, just kidding. I forgot creamer, so I'm doing the can thing. It's supposed to have double shots, just in case I got a triple too. So what's going on, guys? How are you? Everybody having a great morning? Are you awake yet? I know we are. I see over in the room people are pouring in. Lots of things going on. Um, Welcome to Shaggy's Consulting and Training. Hey, I was waiting. I think Frank might be popping on. I sent out invites to a bunch of different people. We'll see who stops by. It's my phone's picking up like crazy. It's like a lot of people calling. I'm getting referrals from a lot of brokers switching to trucking companies. A lot of people still starting their trucking companies. It's like things in one world have slowed up and in another world they haven't. So I wanted to come on this morning and drink coffee, talk trucking, and I really wanted to think about times like this. When do we start over, or when do we redo what we already have done? Right? That's the question. Like it's because you're going James throwing your number out there. All right, cool, excellent. I sent you guys links. All right, so like I know it's early. I know a lot of people come back and play this video. And we've worked really hard here at Shaggy's to get this coffee in the morning. What's up, Mike Castile? Good morning. We've worked really hard getting this coffee show going where Frank comes on and James comes on and my Justin. We'll get Isaiah and Kathy and all these different people, Tom and Jared. And we'll get these people to get up and come in and have coffee and talk. We're going to do more and more. And and I don't do these to be annoying to people. I just do them to, man, get your day started every day because it's rough, right? It's hard sometimes. Load boards don't work. Markets are changing. Things are happening. I get it. So, like, I love coming on. And guys, if you're new or you're same old people like Mike and some of the guys, ask questions, type questions in the chat. Let's talk about brokering, trucking, dispatching, starting your trucking company, the headaches, the hurdles. You know what I mean? Stuff that you're running into. Collections. Like, I've been running a lot of people right now that are having to collect money from bad brokers or customers. Shit. You know, all this stuff's happening, right? You know what I mean? Before I get into my topic of starting over, right? Because that's kind of what I'm doing, right? So like, I've always been the trucking guy and the dispatching guy. I wasn't the compliance guy. I wasn't the broker. I ran trucks. I like running trucks. I was good at running trucks. I had 20, always had, 27, 28, 30, 35, 40 with the dispatching trucks too, plus my fleet. I was always in control. I didn't let nobody else run my trucks. It's really weird because I'm at a stage where we have the brokerage going and it's moving, right? And we know how to get more customers. We just got to go get them, right? But then we got to move the freight. And we're building our credit on our brokerage. So dispatching is really important because we're either giving the broker's phone number to carriers to get back or we're going to book their loads for them. So now I'm in a dilemma where I find my dispatching trucks because I need my dispatching trucks to be around my customers, right? But I still feel really weird just dispatching because most of the time that I've ever dispatched as a dispatching service, I literally had my own trucking company of owner operators. It's funny. I was joking with Melissa, going, "Let's open Shaggy's trucking back up." So now she's got it rolling around like, "How much do I need?" What all this stuff. So, and I have a personal goal that I need to get back to be able to do the trucking company too. And I mean, when you're already dispatching, why not dispatch your own trucks too? I mean, you're already doing it. The only difference is a few $1,000s, and it's the same process, just more money, and it's more legit to a point. But see, you still got to dispatch because if you don't want to use load boards, you got to control trucks, and people are all one way all the time. We always have a one way plan today and tomorrow. Hell, I don't even know if I'll make it to next week. You know what I mean? Like shit. If I make it to next week, that'd be a freaking miracle. That's what we're doing. So I'm reevaluating my trucking company, right? Because really, I got two kinds of owner operators I want to hire, right? So I got ones that can pull my customer freight that I need right now, flatbeds. So it's a new market for me. Is flatbeds. I've always been the dry van guy, but I need flatbeds. I like flatbeds. So I'm reevaluating, you guys, right? Because that's what we're doing right now. Is we're kind of confused, we're lost. We still look for YouTube answers, but they're really not there, right? I mean, I see some guys on YouTube showing them how to do 25 trucks. They're at owner operators or vice versa. But that gold rush is kind of gone. Reality's setting in. Brokers know they need to be more involved in trucking companies. Trucking companies are now going, shit, we're on the curve, man, or we're like almost there. We're moving across. What do I got to do? It's like with me. I got the brokerage, right? See, before I never had enough for me and Melissa to really have hats, but dispatching, and my brain wasn't really focused. But now I'm sitting here and I'm focused, and I'm going, well, I got the brokerage and I got customers, and we got freight we're not even getting covered right now. I got the compliance company that has the drug testing, the consortium, the qualification, the hiring, the lease agreements, the product. It's crazy, right? I got the years experience in consulting, and my trucking company was at 25 when I stopped, 24 somewhere in there. So it's not, and I built so many of them, and they're still running. So I'm sitting there going, and now I got James and Don and William in the dispatching, and Dan and Isaiah and Justin, right? So you look at all this team you have, you're like, shit. Only thing I'm missing is the trucking company. Putting on owner operators. I went backwards. Should have went the other way, but I turned the other way, so then I went this way. And the cool part is I still get to help people like Sherry, people like Russell, people like Desmond, Aaron, and then I'm sitting here, Keisha. Um, Man, there's so many more that we're working with right now. I'm not even naming them all that are growing their company. It's kind of exciting, right? With all these businesses, you're helping them. It's kind of cool being able to have people come into the training now virtually and see everything that you're preaching while you're doing most of it too. It's kind of neat, right? So I wanted to know, I hope I was waiting for some people to pop on. So what are you guys doing to reevaluate your process? See, like with me, I'm sitting here thinking about, well, I want my trucks, some of them to be in the Midwest. I want to do flatbed. I want to do dry van because I have both customers. Definitely got to do vintage dry vans. I have three I know of, five total I can get right now, and I haven't even started yet. Trailers available for me to use where people don't want them no more. And I know if I have the product, I'll be able to add some owner operators. So, I mean, we're kind of, so I want, so now I got to think about it because before I just ran the Midwest, but now I have customers. So do I run between Texas and PA and find trucks to do that, service the customers and build around it? Or do I build a product where I start working on a local around Indy here, another St. Louis to Indy, and start building that bow tie I preach about all the time, where maybe you gotta go from Minnesota to St. Louis, Nashville, Charlotte, Cleveland, back over. Real tight pattern. Or do I do both? Because you think with your authority, if I go to Progressive and I use my get started with them because I'm starting over again, right? So if I go to Progressive, they're going to charge me a down payment. So I'll put the liability on it, start it, then add the cargo when I'm ready to get it active, and I start building my network. So what do I? So question. So I build the local, then I end the dedicated again, like I had before, right? This time I'm customer minded, right? Because before I wasn't customer minded. Now I'm going to have the dispatching and the trucking. So when I run across the opportunity for my brokerage or my assets to go in, because I'll have the names pretty similar, just it'll be separated, right? So I'll have the brokerage and the trucking, right? People don't know how to sell themselves. 3 to 400 mile radius. Long haul isn't paying diddly. I get it. I agree. So we okay. So now we're doing that. So I build. So do I build a route? So do I hire people that live near my customers, and then find brokers and customers to get back hauls and build the product where I live, where my company will be? Do I do both or one? Because I want to definitely have a product this time, and I definitely want to feed my brokerage, my customers. Because the asset side, right? What would you guys do? We're starting over, right? Because the company trucks, it was sucky. I always had to drive. And then, so, I mean, I have this expensive equipment, but I can go and do this over here. I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to start out using somebody else's truck right here and do it with you guys. And then I'm going to add on an owner operator and I'm going to activate the authority with him. And then I'm going to move forward that way. You know what I mean? I don't want to own any equipment. I'm going to get trailers, but that's it. What are you guys doing with your company to diversify when your trucks aren't driving? Why are you quitting? And why is there no fighting people no more? Like, you guys make me so upset. Like, you don't want to bother us. You don't want to call. We're always busy doing our own thing. We'll just go ahead and crash. I mean, pick up the phone and call. Why do this is such a great opportunity, a great industry. Where's the fighting, people? Why are you fighting? Why are you building your spreadsheets, building a network, doing local dedicated regional, and fighting for the opportunity to have this company that you guys work so? I see so many businesses and so many people quitting. Why are we quitting? Just because you follow the wrong people, you didn't build a product, you don't have a network, and you don't have a team, doesn't mean you have to quit. Not everybody's like them. You know, there's always help. Like we have one of the most amazingest groups of people that you can ask for help. Not just my company. Just go in there and ask. I'll shut up and not say a word. So why are we losing the fight? Why are people quitting and being lazy and giving up on the opportunity that just because some dude taught you wrong? Or your brokerage is harder than what you thought, or you weren't going to make the money that you were making 2 years ago. Just because you bought trucks in the wrong market don't mean you have to quit. Just because you bought used trucks because you thought paying for cash and now you don't have the cash and your trucks are broke down doesn't mean your opportunity's gone. Why is there no fighting people? Why are we just letting all this shit happen? I did, and let alone not the real world, like with the government and freaking the school systems and everything else, but just in trucking. We have so much opportunity. The laws haven't hurt us. What's up, Charles? What's up, guys? I want to know where's the fight? I mean, why are we not fighting? Why don't we have a plan? Charles has a plan. He just has to get his team on board and rebuild his funds so he can do the plan. Ask Charles. He has a plan. He has a niche and a plan. And he's building his connections right now. He's fighting. He's waiting for his time to do it. Ask him. Second time around. What's up, Dana? How are you? So, why are we all quitting? With your trucking company, why are we quitting? Why are we giving up? And where's the fight? I have a personal ambition. I waited a year too long. I know I need to replace a certain amount of money in my plant. And the only way to keep doing it, because it's just like opening a compliance company, the brokerage, all of it takes time to build it up, the dispatching. I mean, I'm doing this dispatching to replace income, but at the same time, utilize the service. But I can't. I need to open a trucking because I can't seem to do dispatching and tell people what to do without not having a trucking company to back it up. Come on in, Charles. I sent you a link. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Charles. Hey, let's lock and roll. So the topic is, if you own a trucking company right now, UA people or the people that are flying through, what should they do? What should they do? What's a couple of things they should do to reevaluate their plan right now? Change equipment, find a new niche, build lanes, local dedicated, learn about posting and searching with direction, add on owner operators. What can we do to stay in the fight? Because you won't find a lot of this stuff on the internet or over on YouTube or stuff like that. You see some people doing it, but they're not going to tell you all of it. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't go to YouTube. I need to probably watch YouTube. I'm too busy working when I'm not on here talking to you guys. So, what should I do with my transportation business, the trucking company? First, I got to pick out the name. Then, once I pick out the name, am I going to just do local dedicated and regional, or am I going to sell lanes, find guys that live around my customers I currently have? What would you do? Would you set up to make money both ways plus the brokerage on top? Or does he just concentrate to a new plan? I mean, none of us like to change ahead of time and look for the freight before we need it, right? Here's a question. So if I do the first one where I do the local, where I draw a 150-mile radius around Terre Haute, and then I do the regional or dedicated, like from Indy to St. Louis, because Terre Haute's in the middle, and then I do the bow tie thing, right? So when I start getting volumes of lanes before my authority's active, should I start building off of those? Or should I just wait until I go active and then start setting up with brokers and go one and done? They're all afraid of each other taking their money. Morning, just waking up. What's up, Mad Max? Nice to see you, man. Long time no speak. Mad Max, today, we are talking about what do I do to change my plan right now? Like, and I'm opening a trucking company, so you guys are teaching me. This is how you guys are teaching me. You guys are educating me because I'm new to this. I don't know. I'm thinking because I do have a brokerage already with customers. So should I go and hire owner operators to live where my customers deliver and start working on that product? Or should I build a local, a dedicated, and a regional product within where I live, or both? What should I do? And should I do this before I go active and start building it like I teach, where people call me and tell me what's coming up so I know where to go when I start? Or should I wait till I get active and let my authority age? Because no one will use me in the first 90 days. I'm so confused. You guys got to help me out here. What should I do? Or, there you go. My buddy Jeff says, the 150-mile work is definitely more profitable, but with today's economy, you have to be flexible to do other things. Okay, so you're trying to say then, Jeff, I should build the 150-mile radius and keep that going, and then maybe go over to St. Louis and do 150 over there, and then get everything in between, so I could do like a 300 miles or less plus 150 and mix those up, right? To keep the money coming in. Hmm. Matt Max says, I would find owner operators to get the product moving. So I lease on owner operators to move my customer freight. So I definitely go that way. So I can broker my own customers to them. Okay. So should I go? Okay. All three. Do all three. So local, dedicated for those guys, and then do the regional. So that's a good idea. Because you figure if I go to Progressive, I can get the first guy to start the insurance for about $2,000. Once it's going, I probably add 9 the first year. You know what I mean? Maybe 10, push it to 11 without getting in trouble. That's a lot of trucks to move around. So while waiting on authority to go active. Okay, so find owner operators and build the lanes while the authority's going active. So you want me to go to the load board and post those cities out 30 to 60 days and go to eCare and check and find all the brokers that might have product in that area, right? Okay, good. Now we're getting somewhere. You guys are good this morning. I've been working on this in my head. Like you thought I'd teach this for 13 years, but it's amazing how you guys can come in and help me figure out how to open my new trucking company. We're still guessing on the name of it too, like a Scooby-Doo themed name too. What's up, Michael Lynch? All three. With St. Louis and Indianapolis in your 150-mile endless possibilities. That's very true. So you think about it. I got St. Louis going this way. I got Indianapolis going that way. So if I can find everything in between with my assets, remember I got the brokerage too. So we're in logistics now. We can be asset based or customer based. So now we're moving into a new level. Move your own freight. So here's the question then. So when I build my trucking company, I start getting these owner operators and they're all running the same areas all the time. Should I run my dispatching the same way or should I just run people all over the place? Should me and James and Don run guys between where our customers ship to and volume, like every day? Or should we mix the other characters? Because if I don't dispatch the 1 to 3 truck guys, they won't know how to find the loads themselves, so I might as well help them out, right, guys? Tell me. Reality Trucking is the name. I'll put that on the list. With Progressive, you're looking at roughly 13 to 14,000 per truck annually. Could be, right? So then that means I'm going to be paying what, 350 a week, right? So I'm going to have to probably do about 5% to cover the insurance, right? Yep. Mad Max says he would build a 500-mile radius. So, Mad Max, you're trying to say I should go from Indianapolis to Charlotte, maybe Charlotte to Cleveland, that's 500 miles, and then Cleveland back to Indianapolis, or maybe Cleveland to Kansas City through Indianapolis, or maybe Minneapolis to Charlotte through Indianapolis, something like that? Is that what you're saying? This is good stuff this morning. You guys are so awesome for helping me. Oh, so you guys are trying to say I should go with the 2 products. So before I go active, I should go to all the software sites and post that I have trucks because I have a plan to add trucks because I've done it before. So I know that once I activate the authority, I have the capabilities of getting to 9 trucks pretty fast, right? Okay, so if I know I have that capability and I have the brokerage with almost credit with those customers, you're saying I should build a 150-mile radius around Terre Haute and then build like a dedicated through Terre Haute going to Indy to St. Louis. And then for the guys that want to do the 3 to 500-mile radius, I should go from like Cleveland to Indy or Cleveland to St. Louis and then Indy to Charlotte, Charlotte to Cleveland, like a little bow tie right there around me. That's so cool. And then let everybody know I have it. That's pretty crazy. You guys are so helpful. So build up your local home daily guys first, William says. Let's see what William says here. You guys are so helpful on this, man. This is the most educational training I've had with coffee, which I'm going to drink more coffee and keep learning. Build up a local home daily guys first. Everyone wants to be home these days. And then do some regional. So you're trying to say, Like, okay, I got, for example, we have these two customers right now, right? Since there's 11 people on, we have one in New Salem, PA, and we have one in Viador, Texas, right? So, like, if I leave PA or the Northeast, it doesn't make sense with the freight. And if I leave Texas, it doesn't make no sense with the freight. But if I keep everybody in that area and that area of Texas, I'm making like $3 a mile plus. You know what I mean? It's like really weird, right? Plus tolls and everything. So it's like, but if I leave and come, it doesn't work. So if my customers have freight over there, but I'm based over here, you're trying to say I should build 150 miles to 300-mile product for me, right? So like Indy to St. Louis plus everything in the middle and get my guys home every night on weekends or guarantee something like that. And then you're trying to tell me to go to where my customers are and find all the loads that they have in volume staying in a certain area and leave the others for the rest or broker that out if I can and cover that kind of freight consistently. Is that what you're saying? I want to make sure I'm right there because that would be like all three products. That'd be like PA, Texas, and the Midwest because you have customers. Oh, man. I just wonder, you guys are so helpful with starting a trucking company because, so if I was a new trucking company while you guys are still here, or a trucking company established, if I was established trucking company and I've been doing stuff wrong, could I go back and add to my product? Because you can't just stop. Like, can I start fixing it? Like, start fighting again if I did certain things? And a new guy, if he would just educate himself and have a plan in the first place of what we talked about this morning, from a lot of your guys' mistakes that you didn't do that you were telling me, we could have a pretty successful trucking company, right? Like a group. We're a group, right? So all I got to do is set up the orientation, the lease agreements, the safety program, the once a month inspections, the drug testing, the e-logs, and the coffee, all that good stuff. And we're rolling, right? Let's see. Let's go over here and see what Mr. Triplet has. He's active this morning. Broker it. I would have a platform to find the unicorns that want to long haul, but most and the easiest is to find the guys who want to get home. Oh yeah, you know it because if you could run an owner operator, that's all those guys at the trash container companies, all that they're not making a killing. By the time they run, do the stuff that they do, you screw with DOT and all that stuff. It's not as fun as people think. It's just a home time. That's a good point. And that's one of the things that we've always done in my old trucking company is we were always home on weekends. You'll never have a successful product and running guys like crazy like that because it's always up and down. And I wouldn't want to do that anyways. I would want all my guys home on weekends, and I'd want to like be able to make them a consistent product, right? So you figure a company driver's 80,000, owner operators need to be at 120, give or take, and give her and move on. And that's their paycheck. That's not the business money. That's not fuel, trucks, trailers, insurance, my fees, or nothing. That's just them. You have to live, especially in this market. Stuff is very, very expensive. You know what I mean? And if I could go out there and make a whole bunch of owner operators $7,000 to $8,000 a week, get them home on weekends, run 2 to 3,000 miles, and then broker some extra freight to them, as long as they're getting their product, this business making money, and everybody's doing it, who cares? That's the problem. Who cares? Who cares what we're leaving on the table? Who gives a fuck what the other person's doing? Only that we care about is what we're doing. Pretty much. That's the problem sometimes, isn't it? We care. We worry about what everybody else is doing. Yeah. I know that's the craziest thing. You know, the only thing that scares me, Jeffrey, about freaking open a trucking company, I get it, right? Is well, I've never done anything but e-logs, or sorry, paper, loosely, usually two of them. Anyways, but we won't go there. But you know, I understand e-logs. Melissa used e-logs. I get it. I've just never had it on my trucking company, so that's going to be the only thing that's going to trip me out. The clearinghouse I'm good with, everything. But, in 5 years, a lot of stuff's changed. So e-logs should be pretty interesting. How dispatch trucks with e-logs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, what's some other tips that you can do opening a new trucking company? Like in the first 5 steps, is location important? Is the insurance important? Understanding the process important? Understanding how you're going to make money when your current equipment isn't running? Is that important? Building the product before you put the money in, is that important? I mean, I want to know because I don't see any of this stuff happening out there that we've been talking about this morning. It's still like a big stupid free for all. Like everybody's got tons of money just to throw in. I ain't scared. I got all that stuff down. I'm not worried about that. What other advice do you guys have? I'm the one that's always giving it. You guys have been great this morning. You're teaching like crazy. If you could go back and start over, what would you do different? And if you could go back and start over, why would you just start doing it now? What's your excuse? Where's the fight? Aren't you truckers? Ask for help. Man, I've been here for 13 years helping people now. Just ask anybody. I ain't even got to tell you because most of you already know. Same story, same page. The only thing I miss the most about trucking, everybody's like, why would you ever want to do it? I miss my trucking. I love getting up in the morning, guys, and I miss it. I used to love talking to Tony Warren, even Jeff, Robert, Terry, Tom, Helmet. I can still name my drivers from 17. I know exactly how they still want to run. I know their wives. They were with me for a long time. I could leave on vacation at Christmas and let them run their trucks and pay them when they got back. It was fun. They were always there. They expected me to make sure their week was planned. I felt like a purpose. It's like sometimes when people need you to train them, they come to you and they ask the questions. You do the work like I'm doing at 9 o'clock today with Josiah. We're watching Mitchell and them keep building their company. That's the fun part, watching people grow and do the work, get their first truck running. They are too friggin' I can do it this myself. Nobody likes to ask. Hey, I get it. I mean, we're here for you. Every day we come on trying to teach and educate. I've been on for like 35 minutes. I don't want to wear you guys out. I just wanted to go over kind of theories of a trucking company with you guys this morning that you can fix the one you have or watch people start. What's the right way to start? Trucking definitely takes a team to do it right. You got compliance, you got insurance, you got equipment, theirs or yours. You got maintenance, you got dispatching, you got payroll and hire, recruiting and operations, safety. No one ever talks about none of that stuff. They just talk about who should do it for you. You have 56 days. It's awesome. It is a lot of departments. And you get 2 or 3 hats to do it. You can do it with 2 up until a certain amount of trucks. You know what I mean? I got a guy that's doing it with 2 people and he's got 17 trucks. One guy's just a paper pusher. And you can't get him to slow down for more than 2 seconds. But that's the rush. I used to run almost 30 trucks and have two helpers, sometimes just one. And I was always out of the office by 6, in the office by 7. And I really rarely worked on Fridays afternoon. I see people, everybody's like, how did you do that? We built a product system. And I can't wait to see how the system works when I have my own brokerage and customers running before my trucking company this time. Because the trucking company is never the scary part. It's always the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Like, I never knew. I was always like so scared over the customers. Like, I don't like that big guy in the closet. The boogeyman. It's the boogeyman. The customer's the boogeyman. They're the bad guy. They're scary. They're like this bulletproof armor. And I'm just this dropout. I'm this ex-military guy. I'm this construction worker. I'm this college dropout. I'm this guy. I drive a truck. I got an authority. I'm an owner operator. Customers like a boogeyman. But once you find out they're not the boogeyman, and there's a lot more opportunity with the customers than what you people think, changes the whole game once you figure it out. Just got to turn those light switches on. Ask Jeffrey, man, he deals with nothing but customers. It's hard too, right, Jeff? You have a reputation to keep because you deal with more customers. You don't even deal with brokers. You hold niche freight, take special guys. Do the wrong thing and lose the job. It's hardcore. Sometimes you got to think about it. Maybe it's not that. Maybe stop doing the drivers and control the contracts with your customers and put on guys that own that equipment that can't sell as good as you, that are on bulkloads.com trying to find their freight when you got it right there in your neighborhood. Get out and call them up. Make the 1,000, 1,500 a week off of them that way instead of killing yourself with people that don't want to appreciate what you're giving them. Sometimes you got to think just because you own equipment, you don't control the trucks. The owner doesn't work that way. The guy can own the truck and drive the truck and have more control than what a driver is. I guess it comes back to your product, right? Because if my product is, I work with everybody. So if I have an owner operator wants to get his authority, by all means. I have a company driver wants to become an owner operator, by all means. I got a guy that wants me to dispatch him when he gets his authority, by all means. A guy like pulling my freight while he work for my authority, I'll still broker to him. So it's like, I don't know. Because in this world today, there's always some kind of make money. Then you add the insurance, you add the equipment financing, you add the factoring, you add the residuals on top of all that. I mean, it's an endless game of money if you just put yourself in position to make it. But if you don't want to make it, then just leave it on the table and live in your freaking cave. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, fight, guys. There's so many opportunities. Fight. Change your plan. Don't let this economy and this gloominess and this government and news and schools and stuff going on and politics and drama and all the small businesses in town going out of business. You have to focus on your plan and go punch them in the face. What else you got to do? Quit and give up? I know you do. That's badass. There's no quitting. It's stupid. Don't put yourself in that hole in the first place. You see it coming. Why do you keep going that way? Change. That's all I'm going to say, guys. 40 minutes on here. I hope you guys have a really great day. Hope you enjoyed the coffee or the video. Maybe tomorrow we'll have some special guests come on. If you guys want to join me on here, just stay in the chat. Send me the link, Shaggy. I'll send in a messenger. You can jump on. We'll drink coffee and talk trucking. If you guys need help with insurance, factoring, compliance, safety, you want freight, you need help with dispatching, you got flatbeds, dry vans, hot shots with 40-foot tilt hollow drive trailers. You need help. You need help with your brokerage. You need help with your trucking company. Give us a call. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Peace out.